Okay, so here's the deal. Why doesn't UTC do virus removal? Well, pretty simple really. Most places will actually go ahead and run a collection of software to try and locate viruses and then try and kill them. Problem is that most viruses, once they're in the wild, need to be identified by security researchers and antivirus programmers. These antivirus programmers rely on what's called a definition. What this basically boils down to is that somebody actually took the time to figure out what the virus looks like when it's on a computer. This actually takes quite a bit of time and a lot of researchers and a lot of developers and a lot of software writers and a lot of updates. Once all that's taken care of, then and only then can you actually find out if the virus can be taken off your computer. Where we run into trouble is that most of these viruses in the wild end up getting developed faster than all the programmers, developers, and software researchers and other little scientist guys can actually locate what they look like and trying to find what the software should do to remove them. The only surefire way we found to actually go ahead and get a virus off a machine and ensure that it's not going to come back later is to go ahead and wipe the hard drive. The process of doing this in many cases actually deletes all data. So what UTC developed out was a system of basically trying to make certain that we didn't lose anybody's data. Viruses were at least contained and removed, and when everything was said and done, your computer functions the way it's supposed to. So what this entails is basically removing the hard drive and then putting it in a little enclosure, kind of eats it, and then putting a new hard drive inside your computer. The reason we do it this way is that, long story short, it actually costs about as much for the hardware as it would for us to spend an hour to go ahead and do a data migration and a cleanup all in one shot. Major upside is that you end up with a brand new drive that's under warranty and is guaranteed to actually function correctly with no viruses installed on it. Once the new hard drive is put in the machine, we end up going ahead and installing Windows and plugging in your old drive. Your old drive has already been tested and scanned for any viruses and is now isolated from the operating system, which in this case is Windows 7.